Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. This is our justification that is all about governance, laws, and politics. Under this is comparative government and politics and law related studies. Number one, the act or law that lead to the granting of 10-year transition period. Letter A, here House Cutting Bill. Letter B, Tidings McDuffie Law. C, Parity Rights. Letter D, Independence Law. The answer is letter B, Tidings McDuffie Law. The Tidings McDuffie Law or Act, officially the Philippine Independence Act, published 73 to 127, 48, Stat 456, enacted March 24, 1934, is an act of Congress that established the process for the Philippines, then an American territory, to become an independent country after a 10-year transition period. Under the Act, the 1935 Constitution of the Philippines was written and the Commonwealth of the Philippines was established with the first directly elected President of the Philippines. It is also established limitations on Filipino immigration to the United States. Number two, the chairman of the 1934 Constitutional Convention. Letter A, Cecilia Munoz Palma. B, Carlos P. Garcia. C, Diosdado Macapagal. D, Claro M. Recto. The answer is letter C, Diosdado Pangan Macapagal Sr. Diosdado Pangan Macapagal Sr. was a Filipino lawyer, poet, and politician who served as the 9th President of the Philippines, serving from 1961 to 1965, and the 6th Vice President, serving from 1957 to 1961. He also served as a member of the House of Representatives and headed the Constitutional Convention of 1970. He was the father of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, who followed his path as President of the Philippines from 2001 to 2010. Under Marcos, Macapagal was elected President of the 1970 Constitutional Convention that would later draft what became the 1973 Constitution, though the manner in which the charter was ratified and modified led him to later question its legitimacy. He died of heart failure, pneumonia, and renal complications in 1997 at the age of 86. In 1972, he chaired the convention that drafted the 1973 Constitution, but in 1981 he questioned the validity of its ratification. In 1979, he organized the National Union for Liberation as an opposition party to the Marcos regime. Number 3, the leader of Sandalista uprising. A. Benigno Aquino. B. Benigno Ramos. C. Isabelo de los Reyes. D. Isabel Espiritu. The answer is letter B. It is Benigno Ramos. The Sandalista movement was founded by the writer Benigno Ramos in 1930. The name of the movement is derived from the Tagalog word sakdal, which means to accuse, and a nod to the J. Accuse editorial of the French novelist Émile Zola. The movement's platform was centered upon immediate independence, state redistribution, taxation reductions, and greater governmental transparency. The movement lasted until 1935, when the Sandalista leaders organized an active uprising that quickly failed, causing the party to dissolve. The movement is estimated to have had 20,000 formal members that influenced hundreds of thousands of Filipinos in the early 1930s. Number 4, the last departed turned over by the Americans to be governed by a Filipino? Letter A, Department of Public Health and Welfare. B, Department of Trade. C, Department of Education. D, Department of Defense. The answer is letter C, Department of Education. To ensure quality education in the Philippines and to preserve the interests of U.S., the Department of Education, or abbreviated as DepEd, and in Filipino, it is Kagawaran ng Edukasyon, is the executive department of the Philippine government responsible for ensuring access to promoting equity in and improving the quality of basic education. It is the main agency tasked to manage and govern the Philippine system of basic education. It is the chief formulator of Philippine education policy and responsible for the Philippine primary and secondary school systems. Number 5. Who has the power of declare the existence of the state of war? Letter A, Senate President. B, Chief Justice. C, President. D, Congress. The answer is letter D, Congress. Article 6 of the 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. Article 6, the Legislative Department, Section 1, the legislative power shall be vested in the Congress of the Philippines, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives, except to the extent reserved to the people by the provision on initiative and referendum. Number 6. Section 3, Article 14 states that all educational institutions shall include the study of blank as part of curriculum. Letter A, History. B, Science and Technology. D, Sports. D, Constitution. The answer is letter D, Constitution. Article 14, Section 3, Paragraph 1 of the 1987 Constitution provides that all education institutions shall include the study of Constitution as part of curriculum. Consistent to this constitutional provision, this proposed measure provides for the integration of a course on the 1987 Constitution to the curricula of senior high school students. Under this measure, the Department of Education, together with concerned agencies, Constitutional Commission, and experts from the academe, is to develop the constitutional course suited and responsive to the capacity of students in grade 12 from all public and private educational institutions. Number 7. Our Republic Act 9155, also known as letter A, Basic Education Act of 2001, B, Restructured Basic Education, C, Education for All, or D, Bridge Program. The answer is letter A, Basic Education Act of 2001. Republic Act, or RA 9155, also known as the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, provides the overall framework for principal empowerment by strengthening principal and leadership goals and local school-based management within the context of transparency and local accountability. The objective of basic education is to provide the school-age population and the youth with skills, knowledge, and values to become caring, self-reliant, productive, and patriotic citizens. Number 8. Republic Act 4670, also known as blank. A, Board of Higher Education. B, the Magna Carta for the Public School Teachers. C, State of National Emergency. Or D, Calibrated Preemptive Response. The answer is letter B, the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. In Section 2, this act shall be known as the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers and shall apply to all public school teachers except those in the professorial staff of state colleges, and universities. As used in this act, the term teacher shall mean all persons engaged in classroom teaching in any level of instruction on full-time basis, including guidance counselors, school librarians, industrial arts or vocational instructors, and all other persons performing supervisory and or administrative functions in all schools, colleges, and universities operated by the government or its political subdivisions, but shall not include school nurses, school physicians, school dentists, and other school employees. Number 9. Which law promulgates comprehensive policy and a national system for early childhood care and development? A. Republic Act 7836. B. Republic Act 7610. C. Republic Act 8980. D. Republic Act 9238. The answer is letter C. Republic Act 8980. This act is an act promulgating a comprehensive policy and a national system for early childhood care and development, or ECCD, providing funds therefore and for other purposes. Section 1. This act shall be known as the ECCD Act. Section 2. It is hereby declared the policy of the state to promote the rights of children to survive, development, and special protection, and with full recognition of the nature of childhood and its special needs, and to support parents in their roles as primary caregivers and as their children's first teachers. The state shall institutionalize a national system for early childhood care and development that is comprehensive, integrative, and sustainable, that involves multi-sectoral and interagency collaboration at the national and local levels among government, among service providers, families, and communities, and among the public and private sectors, non-government organizations, professional associations, and academic institutions. Number 10. Which law institutionalized the kindergarten education into basic education? A. Republic Act 101-67. B. Republic Act 101-48. C. Republic Act 101-65. D. Republic Act 101-57. The answer is letter D. Republic Act number 107-57, or the Kindergarten Education Act. This act is an act institutionalizing the kindergarten education into the basic education system and appropriating funds therefore. Section 2, in consonance with the Millennium Development Goals on Achieving Education for All, or EFA, by the year 2015, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to provide equal opportunities for all children to avail of accessible, mandatory, and compulsory kindergarten education that effectively promotes physical, social, intellectual, emotional, and skill stimulation and values formation to sufficiently prepare them for formal elementary schooling. This act shall apply to elementary school system, being the first stage of compulsory and mandatory formal education. Thus, kindergarten will now be an integral part of the basic education system of the country. Number 11. What national policy establishes and describes national standards and levels for outcomes of education and training? Letter A. Education for all. Letter B. Millennium Development Goals. Letter C. Philippine Qualifications Network. Letter D. Inclusive Education. The answer is letter C. Philippine Qualifications Network. The Philippine Qualifications Framework describes the levels of educational qualifications, and sets the standards for qualification outcomes. It is a quality assured national system for the development, recognition, and award of qualifications based on standards of knowledge, skills, and values acquired in different ways and methods by learners and workers of the country. Number 12. Which Republic Act mandates that the curriculum shall be culture sensitive, contextualized, and global? Letter A, Republic Act 105-23. Letter B, Republic Act 101-57. Letter C, Republic Act 105-33. Letter D, Republic Act 101-54. The answer is letter C, Republic Act 105-33. Republic Act number 105-33, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, has expanded the years of schooling in basic education from 10 years to 12 years in school year 2018 to 2019, and additional 2 years representing grades 11 and 12 will be introduced in the basic education system through senior high school, recognizing the need for additional support to students due to the added 2 years in basic education. The state, through Republic Act 105-33, further expanded Republic Act 85-45 to provide financial assistance to qualified grade 10 completers entering senior high school. Number 13. How is marriage characterized in the 1987 Family Code? Letter A, lasting. Letter B, temporary. Letter C, permanent. Letter D, on trial basis. The answer is letter C, permanent. Executive Order number 209 series of 1987, the Family Code of the Philippines, title Marriage, Chapter 1, Requisites of Marriage. Article 1, Marriage is a special contract of permanent union between a man and a woman entered into in accordance with law for the establishment of conjugal and family life. It is the foundation of the family and an inviolable social institution whose nature, consequences, and incidents are governed by law and not subject to stipulation, except that marriage settlements may fix the property relations during the marriage within the limits provided by this code. Number 14. For family code, which is the legal foundation of a Filipino family? Letter A, marriage. B, parents. Letter C, children. Letter D, both parents and children. The answer is letter A. Executive Order number 209 series 1987, approving the Family Code of the Philippines. Marriage is a special contract of permanent union between a man and a woman entered into in accordance with law for the establishment of conjugal and family life. Number 15. How long can the elected President of the Philippines serve under 1987 Constitution? A, 2 terms, 6 years each. B, 2 terms, 4 years each. C, 1 term for 6 years. Or letter D, 1 term for 4 years. The answer is letter C, 1 term for 6 years. The 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, Article 7, Section 4, the President and the Vice President shall be elected by direct vote of the people for a term of 6 years, which shall begin at noon on the 30th day of June next following the day of the election and shall end at noon at the same date, 6 years thereafter. The President shall not be eligible for any re-election. No person who has succeeded as President and has served as such for more than 4 years shall be qualified for election to the same office at any time. Number 16, martial law. Number 16, martial law remained in force until 1981 under Proclamation Number blank. A. 1081, B. 1425, C. 9994, letter D. 7610. The answer is letter A. 1081. President Ferdinand E. Marcos signed Proclamation Number 1081 on September 21, 1972, placing the Philippines under martial law. Some sources say that Marcos signed the proclamation on September 17 or on September 22, but in either case, the document itself was dated September 21. Throughout the martial law period, Marcos built up the cult of September 21, proclaiming it as National Thanksgiving Day by virtue of Proclamation Number 1180 series of 1973 to memorialize the date as the foundation day of his new society. The propaganda effort was so successful that up to the present, many Filipinos, particularly those who did not live through the events of September 23, 1972, labor under the misapprehension that martial law was proclaimed on September 21, 1972. Number 17. What is SONA stands for? A. State of the National Address. B. State of the Nation Approval. C. Status of the Nation Address. D. State of the Nation Address. The answer is letter D. State of the Nation Address. It is annual address by the President of the Philippines to a joint session of the Congress of the Philippines mandated by the 1987 Constitution. The speech is delivered every fourth Monday of July at the plenary session hall of the Batasang Pabansa Complex in Batasan Hills, Quezon City. The SONA, which is often broadcast, serves as a means to inform the nation about its present economic, political, and social condition. It is also a vehicle both for a particular year and until the end of their term of office. Number 18. What is Republic Act 8049? A. Anti-hazing law. B. Anti-sexual harassment law. C. Law protection women and children against all forms of abuses, discrimination, and exploitation. Or letter D. Expanded Senior Citizen Act of 2010. The answer is letter A. Anti-hazing law. Republic Act number 8049, an act regulating hazing and other forms of initiation rights in fraternities, sororities, and other organizations and providing penalties thereof. Section 2. No hazing or initiation rights in any form or manner by a fraternity, sorority, or organization shall be allowed without prior written notice to the school authorities or head of organization 7 days before the conduct of such initiation. The written notice shall indicate the period of the initiation activities, which shall not exceed 3 days, shall include the names of those to be subjected to such activities, and shall further contain an undertaking that no physical violence be employed by anybody during such initiation rites.